Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. So in this video, we are going to go through two modules of the Safety Technology Trainee Guide. And today we are going to give a high-level overview of Module 4 and Module 5. So Module 4 is Job Safety Analysis and Pre-Task Planning. And Module 5 is all about the safety data tracking and trending. So let's dive a little deeper and let's go to Module 1. So in this module, and the module ID is 75-20. So in this module, you'll be able to get the guidance on safety performance analysis and employee coaching. And it also explains how to conduct a job safety analysis and perform pre-task planning. So the objectives of this module are when you complete this module, you'll be able to do the following. You'll be able to identify the factors involved in analyzing performance, such as list the factors that contribute to incidents, describe techniques for coaching and counseling workers who have performance problems, explain how to use the ABC model to encourage safe behavior. Then also you'll be able to explain how to analyze the hazards of specific jobs and tasks, such as identify the benefits of a job safety analysis or JSA, then describe how to conduct a JSA, then identify the differences between the JSA and pre-task planning, and then describe how to conduct pre-task planning. So the module 4 is a little shorter comparing to the other ones. But this is a very important one. And understanding human behavior is a key element to successful risk analysis and assessment. Once you know why workers behave the way they do and the factors that influence their behavior, you'll be better equipped to help prevent incidents and injuries. In this module, you'll learn the factors involved in human behavior, as well as techniques to improve your observation skills. You'll learn how to communicate the consequences of human behavior to workers, making everyone on the site accountable for safety. You'll also learn about the documentation and paperwork, such as job safety analysis forms that safety technicians make use of when identifying and evaluating the hazards associated with specific jobs and tasks. And if performed correctly, JSA and pre-task planning are important tools not only for increasing productivity and reducing waste, but also for creating and maintaining a safe work environment. So let's dive deeper into section 1. And module 4 has 2 sections, and module 5 has 2 sections as well. So section 1 is all about the performance analysis, and the objective of this section is to identify the factors involved in analyzing performance. So you'll be able to list the factors that contribute to incidents after reading this chapter, then describe techniques for coaching and counseling workers who have performance problems, and then explain how to use the ABC model to encourage safe behavior. And let's go over some of the trade terms that you'll encounter in this chapter. So consequences. Consequences are the final outcome of actions and behaviors. Job, a regular activity performed to achieve some end. Reinforcement, supporting or straightening of a behavior or action. Recognition, something that is given or returned verbally through body language or in writing for good or bad behavior. Task, a discrete step or portion of a job. Let's move to section number 2, and that is all about job and task hazard analysis. And the objective of this section is to explain how to analyze the hazards of specific jobs and tasks. So it's important to identify the benefits of job safety analysis, or JSA, describe how to conduct a JSA, then identify the differences between a JSA and pre-task planning, describe how to conduct the pre-task planning, and the performance tasks are the JSA and pre-task planning. So that is something that you'll encounter in this chapter, and you'll need to understand the difference between those. Let's go over a few trade terms. So the first one is causal links, and that is the relationship between two events or occurrences in which one is the cause of the other. Ergonomics. Ergonomics is the applied science of equipment design is for the workplace, intended to maximize productivity by reducing operator fatigue and discomfort. Pattern. Pattern is an indication of how predictable the recurrence of an event is. Then SOJT, or structured on-the-job training. And that is the training that takes place during the performance of the job with the guidance of documentation or a facilitator. Trend. Trend is the tendency to take a particular direction. And you can also use additional resources when you are preparing for your OSHA exam or your other certification. So I highly recommend to go to the www.osha.gov, and that's the Occupational Safety and Health Organization. It's an official website where you can get a lot of information. You can get certified there to get that OSHA 10 or OSHA 30 and just get a lot of up-to-date information. Or you can go to the American Society of Safety Engineers, and that is www.asse.org. So there is also a lot of helpful and useful information there too. All right, so let us move to Module 5. And Module 5 ID is 75221. And this module is safety data tracking and trending. So this module discusses the role of a safety technician in conducting safety inspections, audits, and employee safety observations. It presents both traditional and predictive methods of performance measurement and explains how to analyze safety data in order to prevent future accidents. So the objectives of this module are, when you have completed this module, you'll be able to do the following. Explain how to conduct safety inspections, audits, and employee observations, such as describe how to conduct a safety inspection, describe how to conduct a safety audit, and describe how to perform a safety observation. And also you'll be able to identify methods of measuring safety performance. And those are the traditional methods, such as lagging indicators of measuring safety performance, or predictive methods, leading indicators of measuring safety performance. And also you'll be able to explain how to analyze safety data in order to prevent future incidents. And as a safety technician, your primary goal is to help find and correct safety hazards before an incident or injury can occur. This involves performance safety inspections, audits, and employee observations and properly documenting them. You will need to keep current on the regulatory agencies that govern the work you do, especially OSHA regulations. You'll also use performance measurements, including both historical or lagging indicator and predictive or leading indicator data for the tracking and trending of safety and health issues. All of these tasks are designed to decrease the frequency and severity of incidents. Careful analysis of all available data, coupled with continuous dynamic support for safety measures, helps to reduce workplace injury statistics. A good safety record at your job site promotes the well being of every worker and contributes to the financial health of your company as well. So there are two sections here in this module, and section 1 is safety inspections, audits, and employee observations. So the objective of this section is to explain how to conduct safety inspections, audits, and employee observations. And there are performance tasks as well. So when you finish this model, try to just create a safety inspection checklist or safety audit checklist or employee safety observation, and that will help you just to help you get familiarized with the documentation and everything that is required. So let's go over a few trade terms. Audit. Audit is meant to review safety policies and procedures to see if they are adequate and being used. Hazardous conditions. Those are the circumstances or objects that cause injury or illness. Most hazardous conditions arise as a result of unsafe or at-risk behavior. Inspection. Inspection is the act of checking an area to identify, report, and correct hazard to workers, materials, and equipment. Near miss. Near miss is an unplanned event that did not result in injury, illness, or damage, but had the potential to do so, also called a near hit or a close call. Observation. Observation is all about watching workers as they perform a job for the purpose of determining whether they're working safely or committing any unsafe acts. Safety audit is a predictive method of safety management requiring observation and reporting by an unbiased individual. And the safety inspection itself is a predictive method of safety management requiring observation and reporting by a workforce supervisor. Unsafe behavior. Unsafe behavior is an action taken or not taken that increases risk or injury or illness, also called at-risk behavior. All right, so now we're going to section 2, and that is about measuring safety performance. So the objective of this section is to identify methods of measuring safety performance, such as traditional methods or lagging indicators, or predictive methods or leading indicators, and also explain how to analyze safety data in order to prevent future incidents. So the trade terms, let's discuss those a little bit. Behavior-based safety or BBS. is a proactive method of safety management based on psychology. It requires systematic workplace observation and analysis of unsafe behaviors, resolution of problems, and is coupled with training and incentives for behavior modification. Direct cause is the immediate cause of an injury or illness, not accounting for any underlying unsafe behaviors or conditions. EMR, or experience modification rate, a lagging indicator of illness and injury rates based on insurance claims and predicted claims over a 3-year period. It's most often applied by the insurance industry. Incidence rate, and that is the lagging indicator of illness and injury based on a Bureau of Labor Statistics or BLS formula. It's measured in annual incidents per 100 workers. Indirect cause, the underlying cause of an injury or illness, and categories include hazardous conditions and unsafe or at-risk behaviors. And then job safety analysis, you're already familiar with that, or JSA is a method for studying a job to identify hazards and potential incidents. It's also called a JHA, or job hazard analysis. So some companies call it differently, but you need to be familiar with both. Then lagging indicators. Lagging indicator is a measure of performance based only on historical reporting. And leading indicators is a measure of performance based on predictive observations and analysis. Pre-task plan is a process of identifying and evaluating potential hazards associated with a given task or work assignment. And that concludes our module 5. I'll see you in the next videos where we continue to review the book. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.